Healthy, wealthy society. Good morning. Happy Friday morning or Thursday if you're in the US. How are you all? What's happening this week? I have a bit of a unique video today, I think. I'm going to talk about how self-love and boundaries will help you really narrow down on your ideal client and your niche and create the kinds of coaching packages that sell without force or without hustle. Let me turn that little noise off. So today's video is broken into 2 steps. First of all, how to cultivate more self-love and self-respect. And finally, figure out who your true ideal client is as a result of that. And then point 2 that we're going to look at is knowing your boundaries and narrowing down the best niche for you, plus creating an amazing coaching package that's compatible with those ideal clients. How does this sound? Leave me a love heart or a comment would be even better in the thread here so that I know that you can actually see me and hear me. That will be wonderful. I've been saying for weeks now, the new Facebook Live technology doesn't let me see that when we first get going. So as soon as you do that, then I know that you can see me and hear me, which would just be amazing. I'm going to keep going, assuming you can. So let's look at these 2 points. It's really all about the let me feel into this. It's really all about how the personal work will always feed your professional progress as a coach when also combined with smart frameworks and action. We've got to have both. I was on a podcast interview last night and the lady was laughing because our interview was kind of bouncing from tangible Instagram strategies and ways to actually book clients. And then the next minute, we're talking about money mindset and the interpersonal work. And we were laughing about how it was bouncing around. And at the same time, it takes both. This is the life of building a business. So I'm excited to share some of these with you today. So when someone becomes a health coach, usually the next step is to start seeing clients. I work with a lot of new health coaches, just got off my Upswing Mastermind just now with a beautiful new health coaches. So I get to witness those early phases of building a new health coaching business. I've also built my own health coaching business and have now built 2 successful coaching businesses. So there's a common denominator that I have seen time and time again for what moves a coaching business forward in a more efficient and speedier way, and what can be the factors that seem to be holding coaches back and causing the feeling of, I don't have any clients, I don't know where to find them. Does anyone ever feel that? Like, I just don't know where to find them. If only I could find my clients. So if you've ever identified with that feeling of, I don't know where to find clients right now, I think you're going to find today's video really helpful. So doing the personal work alongside the practical steps leads to the most desirable results in the long term. So why don't health coaches have an easy time finding clients as, say, business coaches or money coaches? I don't even know if that's true, but it's definitely something that you guys tell me. So it's a belief that seems to be here for health coaches or, for other practitioners in health and wellness. There's a lot of factors, and one being that health coaching is a really broad general term. So when you're new to a field that can speak to a number of health concerns, it makes sense to, well, I don't know how to explain what a health coach is, and maybe no one knows what a health coach is. So now you start wondering, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'm not qualified enough. Maybe I don't know enough. Is someone going to choose me over someone who's been coaching for longer or who has studied in a more known field in health and wellness? Does anyone ever have these kind of thoughts going on? It's really normal when joining a health coaching profession. Really normal because it's such a new industry. This is something that I'm yet to meet another business coach who understands, and why it's so important to get specific training for health coaches. It's also where self-love comes in. Yes, you need to at some point figure out your niche, your ideal client, because when you do, then you'll create programs and packages that are designed specifically for them, speak to them, and are easier to sell. And it's just going to always feel challenging to get that specific if you don't have a lot of trust and confidence and faith in yourself. What tends to happen a lot for a lot of new coaches who, are new, trying to appeal to everyone and anyone who will work with me, anyone who could possibly have a concern related to health and wellness, is they quickly experience the fatigue of trying to reach everybody and feeling then like it's not working. And if you think about this in your personal life, what if you're trying to be friends with everyone? Not just acquaintances, but what if you're trying to be close friends with every single person you met out there, right? So then you try to create and form your personality around them, trying to be friends with this person, trying to be friends with this person. You want to say all the right things. You'd be twisting yourself like a pretzel, right? Trying to people please, trying to appeal to everyone, have all the right interests and the right answers. You would be just so exhausted. It's impossible to do that. It's impossible. It is not possible. And we know that we cannot be close with everyone. We're not going to bond or connect with every person on earth and every person we come into contact with. We understand that on a personal level. And at some point, you have decided that you didn't want to build a relationship with a certain person for certain reasons. And they may have decided that about you as well. It's natural. It's normal. It's called being human. So it's really important to remember this when you're thinking about who you want to work with as clients, right? Because there's a thing that happens in human personal relationships and in business relationships when there isn't a lot of self-confidence, self-love, self-respect to start with. When those really important qualities are not cultivated, then you do find yourself trying to be liked by everyone. You might lose track of who you really are, what you want, what you like, why you got into this work, and trying to kind of please for what you think might be out there. And so in friendships, you wouldn't want to do that, right? And so it might mean that you would do personal work to build your confidence, your self-love for yourself, so that you're okay no matter who your friend is or isn't, because you find the right relationships for you. It's the same in business. Not everybody can be your client, nor do you want everybody to be your client. So ask yourself, who are the clients who are compatible with you because of who you are, how you coach, your interests, your specialties, what you like to focus on? You don't have to become something else. This means you don't have to try and desperately put together a service that appeals to everyone. You get to put together a coaching package that is perfect for clients who are compatible with you. How good's that? How does that feel in your body, right? And that starts by really trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and then asking yourself from a place of self-love, self-respect, who do I want to work with? Who's a great fit for me? What topics am I interested in specializing in as a health coach? You get to choose the clients that you work with. What do you think about this? What's coming up for you? Any thoughts, any ahas? I'd love to hear them. I'm just going to check if I can see your comments. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Let's have a look. I'm not sure. I'll check that. Leave them, even if you're watching the replay, please. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. So the second step I said that we would talk about today, this brings us to boundaries. So this is also something that we learn through boundaries in your business before you start taking on clients. This will actually really help you excel as a coach and help you grow as far as bringing in the best possible client relationships for you, which is what you want. And think about that in a personal relationship as well. A boundary is your way of letting people know how you prefer to interact with them, how you prefer to be in a relationship, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And when boundaries are not in place between you and another person, that's where people can cross the line, where hurtful things can be said or misunderstandings, or where expectations can be placed on someone that's overwhelming or not a good fit for them. That's how we might find ourselves in relationships that are not fulfilling or not a good match, compatibility-wise. So boundaries and understanding ourselves protects your relationships. And that's really important with clients. When you figure out your boundaries, you know then how to let your clients know, this is how I work. This is how we'll communicate together. This is what you do. This is what I do. This goes in a client contract, and you're just super clear on your relationship right from the get-go. It also helps you figure out your niche, your ideal clients, because then you know your own limits, your own truth, as far as what topics you do go into, what topics you are not planning on specializing in, that you can refer out to other people. It just helps you get clear. So, how you coach and how you describe your services, who it's for, who it's not for, what makes them a good match for you as a client is so, so important. Then, with these self-love and boundaries in place, you will feel confident enough to state outright, here's who I work with, here's how I work with them, this is my program. And you're not going to have that kind of push-pull, like foot on the brake, foot on the accelerator going on, where I want clients, but oh my God, I don't, because what if they are, X, Y, Z? You then are going to be very clear, and you're also going to magnetize in very clean, ideal clients for yourself. So, hi Mary, I can see that coming up on my screen now. It takes this long. So by cultivating your self-love, boundaries, now what you have is a clear idea of who your ideal clients are, who your niche is, how you work with people. And that brings you so much closer to creating amazing coaching packages and services that are going to help you excel in business, reach more clients, and ultimately get them the best results too. So let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, let me know what you think. What boundaries do you know that you need to have in place right now? What boundaries might you consider? How are you cultivating more self-confidence to get more specific about who you work with? Checking in, are you telling the story, I am enough, and building your business from there? Or are you building on a foundation of I'm not enough? You get to choose that. And also, if you're feeling ready to think about how to get your services out there, overcome these money conversations by putting together a coaching package that's going to feel really, really good to sell, I am very soon going to be bringing out my premier training. Many of you have done before, many of you have not. So we do it once or twice a year, the Purposeful Packages Challenge. It is coming up super soon. We how many days or weeks? Within the next month. So if you're interested in taking part, let me know in the comments. I'll put your name on the wait list. You will be the first to know. And I would love to hear your thoughts on self-love and boundaries in business. Have a beautiful week, guys, and we will talk soon. Bye.